guys, Mr. and Mrs. Flashback here for another weekend video. I'm in long sleeves and Cameron's in a tank top, but guess what? It is actually like 60 degrees outside, so yeah, we should both be in probably warmer gear, but you know, men.
I don't like to be tied up with clothing in case I need to move around a lot. By the way, quick little thing, if you garage sale, do you wear shoes or sandals when you go out? I always wear shoes. I never wear sandals or flip-flops or Crocs or anything, even though I wear flip-flops out and about for other things. And I think it's because I'm never sure if I might need shoes, like to run or to climb into something or whatever, where flip-flops might be a hazard. So just curious your thoughts. Anyways, if you're new, this is Linda. I am Cameron. We sell on platforms like eBay, Mercari, Depop, Poshmark, places like that. These are reselling platforms online. We buy items at garage sales. Our whole garage is full of stuff we've accumulated over the years, and we go out and buy stuff and we try to flip it online for a profit. So hopefully buy low enough to sell it for a little bit more to make some money after fees, shipping, and all that good stuff, taxes. Linda's going to go over the numbers first. This is our sales from Friday through Sunday, so 3 days worth of sales. We try to get $400 a day, including shipping, for all of our platforms that we sell on. So we'll go over the numbers and we'll show you all these items. And most of this stuff I feel like you could find at your own garage sale out and about or thrift store or whatever. So let's get into it.
So we came in at 36. Why is that over there? Oh, okay. At 36 sales for across all 4 platforms. So we hit the Quattro, the 4 horsemen. We did it. All 4 sales. All 4 platforms. Sorry, throwing myself off. And we came in at just around $15.45.
A pretty good weekend for us. There's one really big ticket one. That'd be, I guess, the hardest one to find. But the rest of the stuff is all pretty cool stuff. So let's get into it. First is...
We'll start on Depop. This person sent us an offer for this pair of shoes. These are Vans Old School Skate High MTE blue suede size 10s.
Okay, plus and minus over here with like a little triangular pattern.
Kind of like an Aztec kind of pattern.
Definitely Aztec style. These sold on Depop for...
These ones went, oh, I missed that.
$33, I think is what it was.
Yeah, 33 and some change. And then
I think they paid shipping, yes.
Oh, no, buyer paid for shipping. It's just not on the receipt this time.
Yeah, so they paid for shipping on that. I think I paid 10 or less for that. I think I paid 10 for this, actually. So 10 into 33. Not the best, but we'll make $20-something on that after fees or whatever. So that's pretty good.
Then we go over to Mercari, where we sold a Bible. This is the Amplified Bible by the Zondervan. It is the 1987 hardcover. This one is a good one to look out for because it sold for $50 plus buyer paid shipping and fees.
I'm sure I paid a couple bucks on that one.
Then we go over to Poshmark, where we have this pair of Hey Dudes. They are
Can't really see them here.
Beige leopard print.
Like leopard on the toe and then kind of beige throughout. Hey Dudes are actually sold at, like, I don't know if it's Costco now or wherever. They're more common. Like they've kind of come down. So really, I don't buy them as much unless it's like a cool pattern like this one. And this sold for?
Those ones sold for $38 plus shipping.
I think those were $4.
Then we sold a Pentax Zoom 90 WR 35mm point and shoot camera. Sold for $25 plus shipping. Your
best offer was $30. They offered $25. So they're paying shipping, so all good there. Yep. So that was our cross-listing platforms through Vendu that we do. Haven't been cross-posting enough there lately, but it's still worth it. I mean, just with one of these sales, it pays for the cost of Vendu for the month. I think the Bible does roughly, pays for what we use, so that's good. And then the rest of the stuff sold. Hopefully we'll sell some more, but now we'll get into eBay.
First up, we have this $19.99 Fisher-Price Great Adventures Magic Castle Gold King Knight. Picked him up at Angel View, and he sold for 8.5 ships.
He came in a bag of toys, so I didn't just buy him separately.
Then we have a bunch of manuals, printed manuals for electronics. So we have a bunch of electronics manuals, printed ones that you would normally get when you purchase the item. We have a bunch of them, and they sell pretty frequently. So this is a Kenwood radio instruction manual, sold for $16 and some change.
These are great if you go to an estate sale and they have a box of manual sitting in the garage or something like that. Usually you look for higher end electronics like DVD combos, receivers, amplifiers, things like that. I think this one's actually to a car stereo, but that's what this one is. Which is the first one I've ever sold. We've sold ones for also higher end appliances, like some Breville, like higher end coffee makers and stuff. We've gotten manual some. I don't know if people are buying them just for their own personal use or if they're buying them to pair with a unit. Say they get one that's new open box, they want to throw the manual with it, pay 10, 15 bucks, add in there. I'm not saying go spend a bunch of money on these, but if you can get a box of them for a couple bucks, at a garage sale, or if you get them for free or whatever, and you have some space, they'll sell eventually. Slow,
Yeah.
but they will sell regularly enough where I do like to pick them up when I can. The last one I got, one of my main sources basically had collected them over buying a bunch of units, gave them to me a pile of them for $5, and we've already made well over that. So
that works. Then a pack of our Delta Airline Economy earbuds sold for 11 and some change. Then we have a pair of Tack Hunt Fish men's shorts. They're a extra large camo. I mean, they're kind of camo. They're like a print of different objects put together, and it kind of looks like camo from afar. But those ones sold for $40 shipped. We're not sure where they are yet.
They were just listed, so I don't know if I just put them away and I can't find them. But
so if you see this, we found them.
Tack Hunt Fish, one word, Tack Hunt Fish, like tactical hunt fish. Great brand. We've sold the t-shirts and a bunch of the shorts have sold. So I'm sure we have that one because I just listed it a couple weeks ago.
Then out of our $1,200 tool buy, a Sunin LG13 Honing Stones pack sold for $30 shipped.
I forgot to check this one. Okay, just a little guy right here.
We have a bunch of those. Then out of our DVD 800 buy, I haven't seen that one in a minute, we have The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, a 4-disc set, sold for $8 and some change. Then the big boy, the big bad boy, Cameron picked up a new Tags vintage Eddie Bauer wool double Mackinaw hunting jacket in buffalo plaid.
With the tag there, extra buttons,
So
beautiful.
Thick, guys. Thick.
It's a good looking jacket.
It's got the ones where it's got the sleeves where it's got the elastic part on it, and then the sleeve, so it'll hold in place. It's got all these pockets on it.
Yep.
It's nice. Just gotta run it down with a lint roller and then bag that bad boy up and ship it on its way because the person paid $340 shipped.
That was actually in my own personal closet, not to wear, but I just wanted to keep it safe out of the way because it's so dang big. I didn't want to like fold it up too much. I paid $40 or $60. I forgot. It was at a States. I think it was 40. And it was half off day. It had been sitting in the closet, I think, at $80. I'm like, is this half off too? She's like, yeah, just get it out of here. I was like, okay. I knew it was. I thought it was worth probably $150, $140. Didn't realize it was worth that much. So that was a cool one right there. But something I guess you could find out about, or if you didn't find a used one, they do sell too used. Next.
Then Mythbusters Best of Mythbusters, the 3 DVD set, sold for $15 shipped. Then Call of Duty for PS4. This is Infinite Warfare, sold for $12 shipped. When I was pulling, I didn't realize there was multiple different Call of Duties.
A noob.
Sorry, guys. Then Mario Power Tennis for Wii. Picked that up at Camp 2024, and that one sold for $14 and some change to a repeat buyer. And I don't recognize the name, so new buyer, I guess. Then we have a Gateway DV S20 Pocket Multicam. It's got the little thingy on the side.
Cheap, guys. Real cheap.
That sold for $20 shipped. Then we have out of the Opera buy a 3 CD box set with Verdi, Don Carlo, Bergonzi, and Solti. And that one sold for $34 shipped.
That was a good one.
Then we got a TaylorMade R7. This is the Draw Rescue 4 Hybrid and a graphite regular right-handed shaft. And that sold for $45 shipped. Then
paid $10 for that one.
We have this set of Boris Vallejo 90s trading cards. They're fantasy art cards. They're actually really cool. Like, whoever likes those.
Which one they show you.
Yeah, some of them, if you know fantasy art, tends to lean towards the smexy art.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's okay, honey. Just, I think there's a dragon.
So, you can kind of see
yeah, they're just, if you want to understand what it is, type in fantasy art.
There's one.
There's a nice one.
She's okay. She's got clothes on.
Okay. So there are trading cards. Apparently you can trade fantasy art cards, and that set sold for $18 and some change.
Not a whole lot. They came with a bunch of other stuff we had bought, and those were thrown in there. I think they came with the what other cards? Marvel cards or something like that. They came with another set of cards, and they're just not that valuable.
Okay. Then Cameron talked to you guys last week about his box, his 27-gallon box of party supplies. One of them was a My Little Pony set. There was enough that we were able to make 3 sets like this that come with the birthday supplies, special buckets, decorations, tablecloths.
A banner. This one's got masks.
Banner, cupcake wrappers, confetti.
Yeah.
Something else in there. Oh, a candle.
Yeah.
It's a happy birthday candle with the thing on there. All this cool stuff. We even saved a set of that for Tori for her birthday because she liked it. And I'm like, it's complete and it's free.
She's basically got the same set that this person does. I made the best set for her, and then we sold the rest.
And some of the other sets actually have hats with them too. So that set sold for $65 shipped. And it's actually going eBay International too. Look at that.
I mean, I paid $10 on all the party supplies for a 27-gallon tote, and we've already sold a couple things for like $20-$30. Now this for this, and I have a whole crate up here with more stuff. So
it's crazy, guys.
It's gonna be pretty profitable. The bigger sets you make, the more money on, but it's good.
Then another pack of our earbuds sold for $12 shipped. Then we have the complete Monterey Pop Festival DVD set, sold for $28 shipped.
Paid $1 for that guy.
Then we have this Jim Shore Seaside Village diorama from 2010 statuette.
Maybe you can show them what it looks like. I'll show you the box. Jim Shore, it's the Heartwood Creek section.
So this one is in a giant clam, and it's got the lighthouse and all little boats on it. Super cute, see?
I paid $10 for these.
And this one sold for $49 shipped. Then the royal wedding of William and Kate, and then also of Harry and Meghan on DVD.
Who would want these?
Everybody needs this in their house. That was out of our DVD 200 buy and sold for $7.50 shipped.
Not worth it. Then
another one of our Kung Fu magazines. This is Inside Kung Fu right there from 1983. And it's in great condition for 1983. And that one sold for $13 shipped on an offer. Then we have one of our Callaway hats, small new with tags, sold for $25 shipped in black. We don't have any more blue ones. So.
The blue ones sold way better.
Yeah,
the black
like
ones
the blue. Then one of our Wood Owl auger boring bits sold for $18 shipped on eBay International.
These were $3, guys, brand new bits at a good lady who bought storage units. People wonder, how do we find all this stuff? Someone bought a storage unit from someone who had a bunch of these, and I bought 7 of them, and this is I think our last one to sell.
We've never actually ventured into buying our own unit because that's a lot of work.
What I don't like about storage units, there's a lot of trash and a lot of stuff you got to go through and just. And we don't do garage sale, like we don't have our own garage sale to sell off anything to make a few bucks on the cheaper stuff.
Yeah. So
for me, I'd rather pay a little bit more and buy from people at their sales. I have a couple people that I buy from that buy storage units right now. So, but I go to their garage sales. But there is money in the storage units.
Yeah, if you venture into it, more power to you. Just know we're not competing with you to buy the units.
No, I don't think I ever will. Maybe one day, but
just for funsies, maybe buy one just to say we did it.
We don't have a truck either.
No.
You really need like a truck to move stuff too. Anyways.
And then by that time, then you're spending money on a moving truck and gas and all that. And it ends up costing you even more that you got to make up for.
Yep.
You better hope there's something in that unit to make up for that. Then, our church upgraded sound system, so we are selling off the pieces. This is an Alesis MEQ 230 dual 1/3 octave precision equalizer. And that sold for $80 shipped. Then, off of a Kenmore 116, off the lime green vacuum, this is the wand replacement. It does not have any of the lime green on it, but we put it in there in case somebody wants that specific one for their vacuum, that color.
It's also because if you put lime green, and even though it doesn't have green, someone might be really, okay, that one goes to lime, that's the one I had, they'll pay mine. Even if mine's a little more money, they'll pay for mine because mine says sunlight. And the lime green's a unique color. So there may not be any differences to another one that might have been blue. But if I put that, then I'm specifying that, okay, I have the lime green one. And someone might say, okay, I'll pay the extra $6 for yours. So just a little thing that I do.
I know I'm gullible like that. I'll do it. And that one sold for $33 and some change. You would pick that vacuum up at a local Angel View. Then, off of a DeLonghi espresso coffee machine, we have the replacement portafilter and filter cups.
That's this right here. This is always the portafilter, even on other brands. And here's the little cups that go with it. This is is it the EC260? You can't see. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we're down. We've had this whole bag full of stuff. We're down to just a little water reservoir. This thing sold for.
Sold for $25 shipped, and that's usually the going rate on those guys. Then this is a crazy one. We have a new sealed copy of Corvette for PS2 from 2004, which is crazy that it's not been opened since then.
Yeah, but not worth a whole lot.
No, and it sold for $11 and some change.
Yikes.
Then
this
we
is
have
a cool
this one. This is a K-Men Entertainment headline.
K-Men is a radio station. KMEN was a radio station.
KMEN 129 radio station for San Bernardino, California. This is the Soundathon 1968 ad for
By the way, you can see it's older by the
entertainment.
people and the style. And it even says here the Doors, #1, Light My Fire. And it's talking about their thing. There's a bunch of 60s bands listed in here. I found this in a box of, I don't even know. I know who I got it from, and I forgot how it was. It was just in there. I think it was in the box where I got all the tickets and stuff. I'm not sure.
Cool.
And I was like, this thing is cool. But I'm like, who's looking for this? So I listed it high just because that's what I do with stuff. When no one has one, I put it up, and it's been up there for months.
This one has even the times that each of the dudes is going to be on. Look at that.
Buck Herring,
T.
Mark
Michael
Ford.
Jordan, Mark Ford, Johnny Helm, Robert Walker. Robert Walker gets 6 to 9 a.m. Mark Ford 9 to noon, noon to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to midnightly, and midnight to 6 a.m. Look at that. They had a 24-hour. That's crazy. So they have somebody go in 24 hours. Now they just hit play on a playlist and then they come back in the morning.
They do?
That's nuts.
Anyways,
I don't know when's the last time I listened to radio.
We're not usually out in the car, but this is a cool kind of ephemera would be the title of this, kind of paper-y type item. You never know. This could be sitting in a estate sale in a box of stuff, sitting with a bunch of newspapers. Took the time to list it. Again, not a lot of comps, just listed it high, and this thing sold for
$42.50 shipped, going eBay International.
Not going to get rich, but glad it's going to a good home, and I'm glad I took time to list it and squeezed a few bucks out of that deal.
Then we got a Samsung charger. It's a battery charger, sold for 18 and some change. Then we have this 4 bolt-on bicycle bike black rubber brake pads. It's sold for 9 some change.
Like a little bit.
Then Halls of Montezuma on DVD, sold for $10 shipped. Then The World of Beatrix. This is the Beatrix Potter Peter Rabbit salt and pepper shakers.
It's in here, but
super cute. It's a little bunny in the little basket. And that's sold for $22.50 shipped, and that came out of the lot of Peter Rabbit stuff that Cameron got.
I have a bunch of stuff. We've already sold it, so a bunch of stuff in there too. We paid $100.
Then here we go. This is a big one. We've already received positive feedback for this one, guys.
I haven't even checked it yet.
That is nuts. This is a copy of the 1903 Mark Twain first edition, The Jumping Frog of Calaveras. It's the illustrated one.
Look at the cool, the cover on there. This came from a box of books from my guy that I bought from. He said, I have 4 tubs of books. And he knew this. He bought a storage unit that was from a person who owned an antique store. And they had died, I guess, and left all their stuff in storage. They used to have an antique store. / I guess, flea market type stuff. But it
even has a nice paper, the little sheer paper that blocks the picture so it doesn't stick onto there. Yeah. It's still in there.
So we had a bunch of books, and at one time he wanted to sell me them for like $1,000. And I was like, no, bro, I'm not doing that. And I bought a bunch of other stuff from him. And the book sat, and no one wanted them. And then he goes, okay, do you want them? I said, how much? And he goes, $30 for all 4 crates full of books. And I was like, done. This was in there. There's a bunch of other ones in there. We've already sold some. We have more to go that are going to sell. But this was the best book in there. This one sold for
$128 shipped.
Yes. I love buying big bundles of books, like big unsorted through, I guess I should say, collections of books. I just got a bunch recently. I paid a little bit for, but these ones weren't as good, but I kind of just saw a couple things I was interested in. But if you can find stuff that's not been picked through by other resellers, you never know what you can find in there. We've pulled some gems out of big book buys like that. So be careful with it, because you end up with mostly junk that you need to recycle or donate or give to a library or whatever. But sometimes
some places put a cap on how many books they'll take too, because people will show up with bins of books and be like, here you go.
But I know, like, our library has a big recycling thing for books. So if you bring a bunch of books and they don't want them, they'll just have you put them in the recycle thing.
Yep.
And they just recycle them. So, and I guess they get a little bit of money back for doing that. So
and we support our local library because you never know how long it's going to be before they shut down libraries.
Yep. Plus, we bought some good stuff from them too.
Yep.
So that's all we got, guys. And nothing else sold.
No.
So pretty good weekend. Not really that hard of a packing job. A lot of good mix of stuff here. This is kind of stuff I feel like you might be able to find out and about. Hopefully you learned something, but we appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next video with what sells this week. Bye-bye.